You see your phone ringing. Your heart sinks a little. You think about not answering. You feel that familiar anxiety creeping in. This happens to you every single time someone calls. You are not alone in this feeling. Millions of older adults feel the exact same way. The phone that once connected us now stresses us out. Something has changed in how we relate to phone calls. This shift happened gradually over the years. Today, we explore why this transformation occurred. Let me share something interesting with you. Studies show that people over 50 avoid phone calls more than ever before. This is not about being antisocial. This is about how communication has evolved. Your brain adapted to new forms of interaction. Text messages feel safer and more controlled. Email gives you time to think and respond. Phone calls demand immediate attention and quick thinking. Your preference for written communication is completely valid. The first major reason is the loss of control. Phone calls interrupt whatever you are doing. You cannot choose when to engage with the message. The caller decides the timing for you. This feels invasive in our modern world. You might be in the middle of something important. The ringing phone demands you drop everything immediately. Written messages let you respond on your schedule. You maintain control over your time and attention. This autonomy feels incredibly valuable as you age. The second reason involves cognitive processing. Phone conversations require real-time thinking. You must process words quickly. You need to formulate responses immediately. There is no pause button in live conversation. Research shows that processing speed naturally declines with age. This does not mean you are less intelligent. Your brain simply works differently than before. Written communication gives you time to think. You can review what someone said. You can craft a thoughtful response. The pressure of instant replies disappears completely. Hearing difficulties play a significant role too. Age-related hearing loss affects millions of people. Phone audio quality often makes this worse. You strain to understand what people are saying. You ask them to repeat themselves multiple times. This creates embarrassment and frustration for you. Background noise makes phone calls even harder. Video calls show facial expressions and lip movements. Text messages eliminate the hearing challenge entirely. You can read and reread messages clearly. Social anxiety has increased for many older adults. Phone calls feel more invasive than they once did. You worry about saying the wrong thing. You fear awkward silences during the conversation. The pressure to keep talking feels exhausting. Younger generations prefer texting for similar reasons. This anxiety is not a personal weakness. Modern communication norms have simply changed around us. The whole world shifted toward asynchronous communication. Your discomfort with calls reflects this broader change. Phone calls also lack visual context. You cannot see body language through audio. Tone of voice becomes your only guide. Misunderstandings happen more easily on phone calls. A joke might sound serious without facial expressions. Sarcasm translates poorly through voice alone. Text messages let you think carefully about tone. You can add emojis to clarify your meaning. Video calls provide the visual cues you need. Pure audio feels incomplete in comparison. The expectation of availability creates stress too. A ringing phone suggests urgency. You feel obligated to answer immediately. What if it's an emergency? What if someone needs help right now? This constant availability expectation is mentally draining. Text messages do not carry the same urgency. You can check them when convenient. Nobody expects instant text replies. This reduced pressure feels incredibly freeing. Many older adults also struggle with technology anxiety. Modern phones have complex features. You might accidentally press the wrong button. Speakerphone might activate unexpectedly. These technical mishaps create genuine stress. Text messaging involves simpler button presses. The interface feels more forgiving of mistakes. You can delete and edit before sending. Phone calls offer no such safety net. Phone calls interrupt your daily rhythm. You might be reading or watching television. You could be cooking or doing housework. The phone rings and breaks your concentration. Getting back into your activity feels difficult. This interruption costs you mental energy. Text messages wait quietly for your attention. You check them during natural breaks. Your daily flow remains undisturbed. Privacy concerns matter more as you age. Phone calls can be overheard by others. You might live with family or roommates. Discussing personal matters feels uncomfortable with an audience. Text messages provide complete privacy. You can communicate sensitive information safely. Nobody else hears your conversation. This privacy becomes increasingly important. The permanence of written communication offers benefits. Text messages create a record you can review. You remember what was said more easily. Phone conversations disappear into memory. Details get forgotten over time. Written messages help you keep track of information. You can search through old texts. Important details stay accessible forever. Scam calls have destroyed trust in phone communication. Older adults receive constant fraud attempts. Every unknown number might be a scammer. This creates legitimate fear around answering phone calls. You have probably been targeted multiple times. The stress of identifying legitimate calls is real. Text messages from known contacts feel safer. You can verify identities more easily. Energy levels factor into communication preferences. Phone calls require significant mental energy. You must stay focused throughout the conversation. Your energy might be lower than before. Fatigue makes phone calls feel exhausting. Text messaging allows low-energy communication. You can send brief messages when tired. The energy demand is much more manageable. Phone calls also pressure you into immediate decisions. Someone might ask you to commit to plans. You feel rushed to give an answer. Text messages let you think things through. You can check your calendar before responding. You avoid the regret of hasty commitments. This thoughtfulness improves your decision-making. Hearing your own voice on calls might bother you. Age changes how our voices sound. This can feel uncomfortable or unfamiliar. Some people dislike hearing themselves speak. Text communication eliminates this self-consciousness entirely. The absence of visual distractions helps too. Phone calls force you to focus on audio alone. Modern life is already visually overwhelming. A break from screens feels refreshing sometimes. Text messages let you engage visually when you choose. You control the sensory input you receive. Understanding these reasons helps reduce guilt. Your preference for text is not wrong. You are adapting to changes in yourself and society. Communication should work for you. There is no obligation to prefer phone calls. Choose methods that reduce your stress. Honor your own communication comfort zone. Technology continues evolving to support your preferences. Voice-to-text features help bridge the gap. You can speak messages that arrive as text. Video calls offer middle ground options. These tools respect your need for control. Use whatever methods serve you best. Remember that setting boundaries is healthy. You can let calls go to voicemail. You can request that people text instead. Clear communication about preferences helps everyone. People who care about you will understand. Your comfort matters in all relationships. The world adapted to new communication styles. You are simply adapting along with it. This shift reflects broader societal changes. Younger generations prefer texting too. Your experience is completely normal and valid. Final thoughts for you to consider. Phone call anxiety is a real phenomenon. Your feelings about calls are legitimate. Choose communication methods that work for you. Technology should serve your needs. Set boundaries that protect your peace. There is no single right way to stay connected.